Hey, Brianna girl. My name is Talaya. I commented on your TikTok video and you told me I should, send you a video of my testimony for the Let There Be challenge. And I'm a little nervous. So if I stumble over my words, girl, at this point, we family. I've been following you for about a year. So in my head, you my like big sis, you my homegirl, you my prayer partner. Like, you are that girl. Anywho, how the Let There Be challenge came about for me, my cousin sent it to me on TikTok. You had this natural hair in your car, and my first thought was like, her scalp healthy? Because she got a lot of hair. I don't know why I just said that, girl. I hope that make you laugh. Hopefully that just adds to the happiness that's already been in your day whenever you see this video. But anywho, my cousin sent me the video. And what's so funny, girl, she forgot she sent me the video. And I low-key felt some type of way because here I am thinking like, oh my gosh, me and my cousin bonded over the Lord. Whoop-de-whoop. That wasn't what it was. So I knew it was the Holy Spirit sending that to me to kind of get my attention like, hey, it's something in this. And I didn't know what to expect. I went into it because at that time in my life, I was hungry, Brianna. When I tell you hungry, I was hungry for something. It couldn't come from dating. I wasn't even interested in dating. It couldn't come from friendships. I wasn't interested in really hanging out like that. It couldn't even come from me creating something. I'm a designer, as you can see, it's body form. But it just could not come from that. So I was like, okay, God, it's something you want me to get out of this. And what really yoked me up after watching the video about how to do the Let There Be challenge was when you said, partner with the Holy Spirit to write out your decrees. I sat at my dining room table for 4 hours. I wanted to get up to go get some food. I wanted to get up, go get some water. And I kept sensing and hearing the Holy Spirit tell me, no, sit down. And it was like, he'll give me one. 10 minutes will go by. He'll give me another one. I won't get anything. I couldn't even watch TV on my phone, scroll on something. I was at work. So I was at work, doing work, taking calls, writing decrees. I was like, okay, God, you got it. My flesh wanted to write things that dealt with getting stuff. My spirit knew I needed something that dealt with transforming my mind and it's sticking. Transforming my heart and it's sticking. Healing some wounds that I was afraid to really look at for real, and it actually not hurting as bad as I kept assuming it would hurt if I actually faced it. And the very first one, and I'm going to tell you this one because of the testimony is actually what happened after the very first one. The very first one that was answered and manifested itself in my life was the Monday before Thanksgiving. And I was still kind of caught up in religion because I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot a few days to read out my decrees. Does that mean the Lord ain't going to bless me? So my mind needed to transform because I kept putting my belief in his love for me on works and how I showed up religiously. And that Monday, I had been told via email through a specific organization that I would be showing in New York Fashion Week in September of 2023. So I just did that. I'm a fashion designer. I've been doing it now for about 12 years. And I do tailor women's wear. Shout out. No, I'm just playing. No, seriously. Shameless plug. So if you need some, girl, I know you in academia and you just a boss. So if you need something, hit me up, girl. I got you. But no, seriously, that was the first thing that happened. And when I read that email, here's where the real testimony is. I put the phone down because something in me said, this time it's real. And I say this time it's real because in 2018, I auditioned to be a part of Project Runway. I made the show. At the time, the show was on Lifetime. That particular season, the show was acquired by Bravo, and now Project Runway is back to being showcased on Bravo. I had to re-audition, and I didn't make it. And I was in the deepest depression of my life. And I was feeling emotions I never felt. And at the same time, I had just opened up to my family about being sexually assaulted. And I told God, I said, if the healing is going to hurt this bad, don't wake me up. That was in 2018. This is 2023. I hadn't really designed again until the top of 2022. I made things here and there, but I wasn't really designing because I felt like you took it away from me. So maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to do. So when I read the email about New York Fashion Week, I put the phone down because my spirit knew that this was real and knew that it had nothing to do with the platform of New York Fashion Week. And I was so afraid. And when I closed my eyes, I had a vision. And in that vision, it was a set of hands that took this baby, picked this baby up and put it in a walker and placed like these white hard bottom shoes on its feet and placed it on a pavement, a solid pavement. And he told me, walk by faith. Because I was so worried about money. I was so worried about if it was going to be taken from me again. What's going to happen now? What will people think if I tell people I'm showing in New York Fashion Week and it don't work out? My mind was spinning. And it was like 1 a.m. that Monday before Thanksgiving. I forgot about the rest of the decrees after the challenge ended. But after I had that vision, I said, you know what, God? Don't let it be about where you're taking me or the door that opened, but allow me to be processed in this process for who I need to become. Whatever you need me to do, however you want me to show up, let my intent be on being processed by you and believing what you put in me. And when I tell you, I forgot about those decrees after the challenge was over. And in that moment, my mind was being transformed. My faith was being built. I kept seeing stuff like, well, rent due. I got my payments for the show. I got to make these clothes. What I'm going to do? It all worked out. People kept showing up. Hey, girl, you need this. He humbled me so much to ask people for help. And I don't mean financially, emotionally. I'm used to being the friend that people call on. He had me call on them and say, hey, I know this is random, but emotionally, I need your support. Emotionally, I need some words of encouragement. Ooh, I don't know, I'm about to cry. I need you to help me hold my hands up because I want to give up. And it was stretching me in a way because it wasn't just about creating. I know how to make clothes. I know how to design. This was about faith. This was about breaking something off of the way I constantly thought, breaking a mindset I was addicted to. And I was addicted to chaos and didn't know it. So peace was starting to feel foreign and I was rejecting it every second I could. But after I did the show and I saw the challenge and I went through the process of writing down the answer prayers, I was like, God, you answered 33 out of the 40. So why didn't you answer the 7? Now, in all honesty, some of those few that weren't answered was from my flesh. I knew it. But the other ones, he told me that it wasn't necessary for the moment. And for that, that's the Let There Be Challenge, my experience with it. Brianna, thank you for your obedience. Thank you for being so vulnerable. Thank you for being so confident in how you show up authentically and how you express your love for God. Thank you for accepting the calling. Thank you for answering the call. And thank you for shepherding his sheep. I love you. I don't know you from a can of paint. Ain't never met you. Don't know if I'll ever meet you. But girl, I love you. And you have a sister in me that has interceded on your behalf. And I will continue to do so because I know favor ain't fair. And I know that burden, his burden is light, but I understand we still human. And girl, what you give out, I don't covet. I don't covet. But what you give out, I can only imagine what it takes to impart. So know that your work has not been in vain. So that's all I got, girl. Do what you want with this. I didn't even know where to go. I'm going to be honest. I really thought it was going to be quick. I didn't expect it to be about 10 minutes. So I hope you watch it. I love you, girl. I'm out. Bye.